Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my guide post, my thought for the day. This one is based on the 41st verse of the Tao Te Ching, and it's called Unsophisticated. All things are but perception. What can make you smile could be ultimate wisdom if you look back in a while. It is the scorn and ridicule, which the weakness and joy without mistake. To see in darkness what others cannot see, to appear to go backwards when advancing is not retreat. To appear tarnished but yet pure, to take the easy ways hard, to have true power may seem weak when you don't hold the right cards. What seems indifference to some is true love in a place of peace. The unsophisticated is true art in a neophyte stream. A child's wisdom you should crave, hidden from those in so-called maturity, to have fulfillment in dignity. When it comes to this life, there is so much that seems to be one way round, and it's actually the other. The things in this life are being shown to us through a fog. There isn't a clarity about the things that we're looking at because of this fog. St. Paul says in that great chapter, 1 Corinthians 13, the chapter on love, he says, we see through a glass darkly. It's like looking into a mirror at night, and there's not much reflection there. It's like looking through a fog. So whatever you perceive and I perceive may be different from each other, and it's because we're not seeing with the clearest of vision. So normally what you do is you put your glasses on, don't you? And that's becoming awakened. And until you become awakened, that which seems sensible, that which seems right and proper and good, may actually be to your detriment. All things are but perception. It's just what you perceive it to be. You define it, unless you allow somebody else to define what you're looking at and you agree with them. You're the focal point at which everything is being seen, and you have a place where within reality, so-called reality, which is just one point of view. It's not, you can't see it all. You're in the wrong place to be able to see it all. You need to step back, and then you need a telescope to be able to see what really is going on. So you're stuck in this reality. You're not absolutely certain. Nobody can be absolutely certain of anything. Time can help you to see things more clearly. What you thought happened didn't actually happen. It was just your perception. But when you look back this time, you say, oh, I didn't realize this and I didn't realize that. So how do we navigate this world if we haven't got all the facts, if we haven't got all the information that we need? People might laugh at you. People might think that you're being stupid. But you might know that what they're laughing at is their own misperception of what really is going on, which is a beautiful thing. And just because people laugh at you or what you've done or who you appear to them to be doesn't define you unless you allow it to. sometimes people, they think they've got the light shining on the situation they're looking at, but really they're in darkness. They don't know what's going on. And if your actions look like they're taking a backward step because they can't see clearly, it might be that your actions are taking you further forward, and they're just not seeing that because they're looking at what's happening from their perception, which is a place of darkness. They're not fully aware of everything that's going on, so they're in the dark. So they don't see what is happening in your life. They can't see that you're advancing. It looks like to them, the perception is that you're moving backwards in life by doing what you're doing. So this life is about your interaction with reality. What other people perceive, it's nothing to do with you, and you don't have to explain yourself to anyone. You might look to be tarnished, that your intentions are tarnished, but they're actually pure. And this is a continuation of what I've just been saying. But to take the easy way is hard. Why is taking the easy way hard? Because if everyone says to live your life in a certain way, and that way involves a lot of effort and a lot of struggle and a lot of pain, and you say, I'm not going that way, to take the easy way is hard. It's hard because they'll criticize you. You're not doing it right. You're supposed to do it this way, and you're not doing it this way. You're cutting corners. You're not playing by the rules, but you don't have to play by their rules. You need to play by your own rules. You've got to let your yes be yes and your no be no. You've got to decide what you want to achieve in your life and then go and do it. And even if it looks from the perspective of others that you're taking the easy way, then maybe what comes to mind is the row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. You don't have to row your boat up the stream. You got to be happy and joyful as you're going about what you're doing. And just because you don't fit in with their rules, just because you don't do it the way they say you should do it, the hard way, then it makes it difficult to do things the easy way because of the criticism that you'll get if you try and take the easy way. And to have true power may seem weak. The most powerful force on the planet is love. And it's seen as a weakness. It really is. Might is right. You know, the one with the most bombs and guns is the one that wins. Love is the only winner. In the end, you know, whatever weapons of war there are, whatever displacement of people there is, refugees, whatever happens, love wins in the end, because love comes to the rescue when people haven't got a home. Other people show friendship and kindness and love. So love is always the winner. And that does seem weak, but it is actually the strongest force on planet Earth. So true power may seem like weakness, but it isn't. It's very difficult to not go up in arms about the latest tragedy that's happening in the world. It may seem like you don't care if you don't join in with the discussions that are being had about the terrible things that you hear on the news. It may seem like being unconcerned, but the truth is, you and I aren't there, we are unable to effect the change in the place where the sadness and the terror and the displacement of people's lives is taking place. We're here, we're in this physical location where we live, and that's the only place that we can make any change, make any effort that will have any lasting effect. We can send good vibrations, good love, prayer towards the conflict areas and the sad areas of our planet, but there's nothing we can do. By talking about it, it's not going to change anything. So it may seem like indifference not to talk about those things, but children don't understand what's going on. They may pick up on the fear that you and I express as we're talking about things, but to the unsophisticated, it matters not. It just isn't part of their world. And to be unsophisticated and to be only concerned with the things that are immediately in front of us is wise. A child's wisdom is something to desire, because their perception for them is not concerned with all the other things that are happening in the world. It's just concerned with the immediate stuff around them. And those people who are so-called mature, they think that they have the whole picture and that they can therefore show they're all grown up and they know what to do and how to do it. But isn't it surely, what is life about if it isn't about finding fulfillment in being alive? And if you want to have that fulfillment in your life, to ponder eternity, to think about what does this all mean in the long run? If you allow time to go by, the perception that you have today of the events that are happening today may change. You may go, oh, well, I didn't know this and I didn't know that at that particular time. So if you take an eternal perspective, or attempt to take an eternal perspective, then you will be freed from all the opinions of other people, of your own possible misperceptions. And like a child, you're able to say, I'm just dealing with things as they come along. I'm living in a place of joy and peace and love until I'm aware of anything different. If you think about today, this morning, the fact that you sat watching this explanation of the Tao Te Ching's verse 41 means that you're in some relative comfort, even if you're just watching this on your phone. You're blessed. You've got eyes to see, ears to hear, and you've got clothes on your back, food in your belly, roof over your head. The means, if you're on the move, the means of transportation. There's so many good things in your life. And why spend even a single moment considering the things that you have no power to change? So I hope that's helpful. I hope that's found a place within you which is inspiring for you. I'm going to read my poem again and then I'm going to end the broadcast. Thank you for watching. Unsophisticated. All things are but perception. What can make you smile could be ultimate wisdom if you look back in a while. It is the scorn and ridicule which those with laughter make, that others realise is sweetness and joy without mistake. To see in darkness what others cannot see, to appear to go backwards when advancing is not retreat. To appear tarnished but yet pure, to take the easy way is hard. To have true power may seem weak when you don't hold the right cards. What seems indifference to some is true love in a place of peace. The unsophisticated is true art in a neophyte stream. A child's wisdom you should crave, hidden from those in so-called maturity. To have fulfillment in this life, you need to ponder eternity. Namaste.